By now, we've accepted that most of us use WhatsApp, the instant messaging service that comes out of Meta, used by over 2 billion people around the world. They have a new feature now that allows you to be linked in to more than 4 devices all at the same time. So for today, let's get into what you need to know and whether it's worth it to have yourself logged in on more than one device. Hey, what up? It's your boy MobbJustice back again with another video, and for today we get into the ins and outs of WhatsApp's new feature that allows you to actually link more than one device to a WhatsApp number. As always, this video is brought to you by the team over at Liyon Media. Head on over to check out some of the crispiest photo, video and audio content. That's www.liyonmedia.com. Head on over, check it out and just see what the team can do for you. For a number of years now, WhatsApp has been available in 2 main forms. In the first instance, you get a phone number, you register an account, and you're able to use type and text on your smartphone device. And then after that, we then graduated to a point where a person could continue chatting on a desktop or a laptop device by simply scanning a QR code, and as long as their phone was connected to the internet, they could continue chatting from that point of view. But now we've reached the next stage where all of that has sort of been decoupled somewhat, and now a person can use WhatsApp independently on a number of different devices. Now, when I use the word independently, it does come with a bit of a caveat, because you do need a phone to still link to the devices that you want to log into. And WhatsApp is allowing you to log into 4 devices at the moment, using that one phone number. You just have to verify those different logins using your phone. But the really great thing about it is that back in the day, as I mentioned, you had to have your phone connected for it to really work on the desktop. But now your phone can be offline and you are still able to continue chatting, texting and calling independent of that device. The obvious advantage of this whole process is the ability to have continuity across devices and to not have to pull out your phone every time you want to reply to something. Maybe you are sitting at your desk, you're always on your laptop, as I am, and you don't want to always have to be pulling out different devices. You have everything on your computer, and I think FaceTime as well as iMessage on the Apple side has already proven the convenience of the model, because people will know that as long as you are registered with an iCloud account, you can be running iMessage as well as FaceTime on an iPhone, on an iPad, a number of different Apple devices, all at the same time. And that's the functionality that's come to the side of WhatsApp. The one feature that I've enjoyed the most, and I didn't think I would in the beginning, is the ability to take calls on the computer. These days we have Zoom calls, Microsoft Teams, we have Skype, we have all of these different platforms, but that ability to not have to pick up the phone and just as your phone is ringing, your computer is also ringing, you can just take the call. I really enjoy that. If you've never logged into a computer using WhatsApp, it's a pretty simple process. You can either use the WhatsApp web on a mobile browser or a desktop client. I personally use the desktop apps, and you just go there, you open the app or you open up the web browser, go to the website, click on WhatsApp web, and then on your computer look for linked devices or WhatsApp web, scan the QR code that appears on the computer screen, and you're immediately logged in. But now with the new features, it doesn't log in automatically. It takes a little bit of time to download the messages, and then you're logged in, and then from there you can pretty much switch off your phone or whatever, and you're able to continue chatting, texting and calling on the computing device. So I've been using the new feature for a couple of weeks now, and I have noted a few things that I think are good to know. The first thing is that if you're like me and you're using a desktop app, you need to upgrade to the latest desktop app. And then secondly, on your mobile device, you need to have the latest version of WhatsApp running. In fact, if you try to update your WhatsApp right now, it will highlight that is now a feature that is available. And then the second thing to note is that logging in process that I mentioned earlier on, it does take a bit of time, and it can be a bit slow, especially the first time that you set it up. And then every time you sort of log out and log back in, it does take a bit of time. And from my experience, it tends to be a bit faster from what I've seen if you have your phone logged into WhatsApp, when you launch the desktop client. And then from a security point of view, because you're now logging into these multiple devices that can now run WhatsApp independently, it's best to always know how many devices you have running, just in case someone gets their hands on a device that happens to be logged into your account. This is a pretty easy process. If you are on the side of Android, you simply go to the three dots at the top of the WhatsApp chat menu, and then you go to link devices, and then you can see what's running there. But over on the side of iPhone, it's a slightly different process. Instead, you just click on settings, and then the link devices option will appear, and you can see the different accounts that you are linked into. The other thing to note is that there's currently no ability to engage with group audio or video calls using the WhatsApp desktop clients or the apps. So you'll see that at the top where you usually have the call options for video and audio, those are not there when you are in a group chat on the desktop, but on a mobile device you definitely see them there at the top. The other thing to note is that there seems to be a 16 megabyte file size limit for sending and sharing audio clips, video, and that type of thing. And it's a bit weird simply because WhatsApp in general has a 64 65 megabyte limit generally for file sizes that can be sent across the network. I have two WhatsApp accounts that I've logged into on my Mac, and you can actually see me trying to pop in the same file on the two WhatsApp accounts, and you see that on the new one, the latest one that's independent, it has that 16 megabyte limit, but on the other one it doesn't. I'm not sure whether this is a quirk or whether it's the result of this linked devices, but hopefully this is something that can be fixed in future. Coming back to this issue of devices being independent, it should be known that your main device, your phone specifically, needs to be logged into the internet periodically. I will put the specific amount of time because you can't just be offline, for the rest of your life. Periodically the phone needs to be able to check that your phone is still there, because it is still, the main host for your WhatsApp accounts. So that's just something that you need to take note of. So in conclusion, I'd say that the new features are working as advertised. I've used a phone laptop combination. Obviously there's a number of different ways that people can do it, because I haven't even logged into the full 4 devices as yet, and others might have two phones that they might want to have the same WhatsApp account on, maybe a tablet device and then a desktop. There's a lot of different ways that you could slice all of this. So you can let me know what your experience has been, if you are one of those people that has been able to try this out. I think for me, the two key things. The first one, I hope that they do increase that 16 megabyte files sharing size, and that it is in fact a glitch, because we're all used to that particular number, if not even increasing beyond the 64 megabytes that we've traditionally been used to. And And then the last one, as I said earlier on, for security, just make sure you know how many devices are linked to your phone number at any given time. So you can let me know what you think of this. Is it a useful feature? Is it something that you would use in your own life, or do you think that it's okay to just have WhatsApp running on that one smartphone that you have in your life? You guys can let me know what you think, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.
This is Muffs Too Much, and you're watching MobbJustice TV. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter. We're there on YouTube. Thank you for watching our video. Subscribe.
No.